Merry Christmas everyone from Top 10 Nerd. Hope you enjoy your day, hope you get everything you ask for, and remember it is always better to give than receive, so while we're giving you these videos, please give us something back and hit that subscribe button. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, have a great day. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Roya Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. From joining the X-Men to protecting all mutants from the Terrigen Mist, Bobby Drake has had his fair share of adventures as Iceman. And with that, some fun stuff that some of us may still need to learn about him, because he's a super cool guy. I just had to. So let's take a look at the top 10 Iceman surprising facts. In the number 10 spot, he is a copy. Co-creator and writer Stan Lee admits that Iceman was not completely an original idea, and he's a little embarrassed about it. According to Lee himself, the idea of Iceman came from the Human Torch. He wanted a character that had powers that were the exact opposite of Human Torch, but Waterman wasn't really working for him, so he settled for the next best thing, Iceman. At least it was his own stuff he was copying. Rob Liefeld. Coming in at number 9 is his sexuality. In 2015, it was revealed after all this time that Iceman was gay. This was realized by Jean Grey, who was able to read his mind and help him realize who he really was. His struggle with accepting himself and dealing with his parents is something many young people face when they come out, because this was not an easy thing for him, especially with his parents' response when he came out to them. Let's just say cold runs in the family. Next, at number 8 is his best trait. According to periodic X-Men writer Mike Carey, Iceman's best trait is that he resembles the ice he uses for his powers. Not that he's cold, but that he's completely transparent. He is honest to a fault and may sometimes come off as sharp, but his intentions are always golden. Carey believes that Iceman has been frequently relegated to a less serious Joker-type character, so he took the chance to reshape his personality to give him more substance whenever Bobby was under his pencil. In the number 7 spot, he once froze a bully. Way back before his time with the X-Men, Bobby was on a date with a girl named Judy Harmon. A bully named Rocky Beasley showed up and started hitting on Judy. Totally rude, right? So Bobby did what all of us wish we could do. He froze Beasley in a block of ice. Real slick. Sadly, his date was more scared than impressed, so she ran off. Whatever, man, she obviously doesn't deserve you. Of course, what followed was the townspeople mobbing him, but hey, at least that bully got what he deserved. Coming in at number 6 is his original design. We're mostly familiar with the sleek and icy figure of Iceman, but when the character first debuted and his powers manifested in puberty, Bobby Drake resembled Frosty the Snowman more than a powerful mutant. Not exactly X-Men material, especially with the little yellow booties. Cyclops was actually the one who suggested he refine his image a little bit and make himself less fluffy children's creation, more fighting machine. Next up at number 5, his design changed again. This time when Scott Lobdell was writing for Uncanny X-Men in the 90s, he wanted to do something new with Iceman's appearance. Ice took on all forms and shapes, so why should an Iceman? He needed permission from editor Bob Harris, however, and Bob declined, saying a toy Iceman had literally just come out and they wanted the character to stay the same in appearance in the comics. Well, Scott went ahead and did a temporary change, and the marketing team loved it. They used the new design for a new toy, and Scott got his way in the end. Up next at number 4, he was on a collector's stamp. The Marvel Value Stamps were a collection of promotional stamps that were produced in the 70s, and could be clipped out from various titles and collected into a stamp book. One such stamp featured Iceman. Now before you go looking for the stamp and cutting it out, keep this in mind. When a stamp is removed, the value of the comic plummets severely, so if you are tempted to clip it out and put it on your wall for all to see, make sure you don't plan on reselling. In the number 3 spot, he once was a dog. X-Men Fairy Tales was a fun retelling of classic stories, featuring some of our favorite superheroes in familiar roles. Issue number 1 told the old Japanese tale of the Peach Boy, who was in this case actually Cyclops, and one of the characters of the tale is a talking dog named Cory, which translates to ice in Japanese. The dog is able to blow icy breath and is an obvious analog to Iceman, a very cute but also very troubled version. Coming in at number 2, he had his own miniseries, and it was a disaster. Way back in 1984, Iceman was the star of his own self-titled miniseries. Now, according to the writer of this series, John Mark DeMatteis, this miniseries was a total mistake. He says that it was his idea, so he accepts the blame, and any good parts of the series were thanks to his editor Bob Budiansky, who saved his ass for this one. Suffice to say, it was not one of his prouder moments. And finally, in the number 1 spot, he is an Omega level mutant. An Omega level mutant is the most powerful powerful category of mutants out there. Other Omegas include Jean Grey and Franklin Richards, so Iceman is in league with some of the biggest powers out there. This is hard to believe, but we need to be reminded that Bobby holds back immensely. At one point he was possessed by Emma Frost, and she didn't hold back. That's when we saw how truly frightening his powers can be, and how damn glad we are that he does pull back. So those were the top 10 facts about Iceman. Let me know in the comments section down below who is your favorite X-Men character. My name is Rory Destroya, thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.